word.
There's actually
hate them that way. Same thing with kids.
Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself. Yeah.
How ready are you for this, Chris, with the big layoff that you've had?
I'm 100% ready. I couldn't ask for better timing for the fight and better opportunity. Yeah, I've had so many fights where it's like, damn, this is not the way I wanted to look, but I'm going to go out there and I'm going to win. This is exactly perfect timing. Zero excuses for me to lose this fight.
This has been kind of your destiny for a while. How are you feeling? How's the expectations playing out versus the way you thought it would be in your head?
Same thing. You know, I just got to go out there and make the expectations I've had in my head work in the cage. That's all that matters.
One thing I've taken out of this pre-fight is that George St. Pierre is extremely high on you. Were you aware that he had that much belief and confidence in you before kind of these pre-fight activities?
You know, he saw me, you know, like I think he was in the locker room for the Mark Munoz fight, and he saw me, everything I did against Mark Munoz, I did in the locker room, and for the first couple times in the locker room that day. So he was like, holy crap, he's doing exactly what we just saw him doing out there. It's crazy. And so I think he was blown away with that. Then, you know, I didn't really know he had that much confidence in me, but that night he was telling me how high he was on me, but up until that point, no.
You've chosen to go with your father over Matt Serra for your corner. I was just curious what went into the decision.
Well, it was Matt got sick. He had you know, a rib taken out, had some complications with blood clots, and so it wasn't like it was like, all right, Matt, you're out, Dad, you're in. It was more Matt couldn't make it. He just had a baby too, so a lot going on for him, and so I thought, you know, be a good opportunity for my dad. He's been obviously, like, you know, my biggest fan since I was a little kid. He was the guy taking me to every wrestling tournament, doing everything for me, sitting in the stands, wasting his time, and he's never been in my corner even for wrestling. So he's really excited, and he's a real spiritual guy. So it's good to have him, you know, a guy who obviously knows me better than anybody, and you know, pray for me, and you know, someone that you know loves you to go, you know, send you out.
You said that Anderson was part of the reason you've been inspired as a fighter, and now that you're going to be standing across from him, you know, we've seen in the past people fought their idol or something and they kind of froze up. So how do you prepare yourself for the magnitude of fighting somebody you admire so much, but the desire to take him out?
Yeah, I never like idolized him or anything like that. I thought he was good. I liked some of the stuff he did, and you know, I admired him, but it wasn't like, you know, I wasn't like, oh, I want to be like him or anything like that. It was more just, I liked watching him fight. I could take some things from him, try it in sparring the next day, and that was really it. But no, you know, I can't let that. That would be like a slap in the face of my family. If that's basically like, that would be me beating myself, and I'm not letting that happen. You know, I'm just going out there being confident, and I won't let anything like that, you know, take away from me winning this fight.
And how do you feel when people say Chael kind of put out a blueprint on how Anderson can be beat, and you have the skill set of Chael and more? So, I mean, how much does Chael's fights play into your game plan, and what do you think of that?
I mean, yeah, it does. You see, he was exposed to wrestling, so there's some things I could, you know, take from that. But you know, every fight's different. You know, it's not like I'm going to go out there and look exactly like Chael, take him down, and look like, you know, I don't plan on doing that. I'm not going to try to be someone I'm not. I'll be myself, and I think what I have is perfect ingredients to beat him.
Everything aside, why do you think fellow fighters like GSP are picking you, calling you the one to beat the champ?
I don't know. I guess they see something. They think.
They have to see something, right?
I don't know. I think I honestly, I think I'm a good athlete. So that's number one. I don't think, you know, I think that's pretty big. And then number two, obviously my wrestling and my jiu-jitsu. He's never faced a guy with those two elements like I have. And then number three, my confidence, my mentality. I'm not going out to the lose. I'm going out to the win.
A lot of talented guys look silly. So how do you stay off his highlight reel?
I don't know, but just doing my game plan. Yeah.
So how can you answer the naysayers who say, oh, Chris, you've had too long of a layoff and you're coming off an injury and you're going in there with the GOAT? How do you know, what do you say to those people?
Just watch on July 6th, man. I'm excited to show everybody what I can do, man. This is the platform I've always wanted. Like I said, like, it's just perfect timing for me. Zero excuses for me to lose, and it's an opportunity for me to show the world what I can do, not just win. I want to go out there and look, you know, awesome, you know, and I want people to have like a wow factor, and that's my goal, you know. And doing that, I'm going to beat them.
there's a lot of guys, more than I've ever seen coming out and supporting you, saying that they believe you're going to win. I don't think I've ever seen anybody get the kind of predictions or a Silva opponent has that you are. Does that affect you mentally at all going into this, knowing that you have the support of so many of your peers who are also great fighters?
I mean, no, it's cool. You know, it's one of those things. I appreciate anybody who has nice things to say about me, but I can't look into it. You know, I believe in myself enough, and that's all that really matters. My coaches believe in me, my family believes in me, and I'm going to go out there and do it. You know, that's it.
Does your camp try to shield you from that kind of like press and things like that?
Nah. They know. Like, honestly, one of my strongest things is probably my mind, and they all know I'm good with that. Like I don't have the mind where I'm thinking about a million things at once. I can't multitask. I'm focused at one thing at a time, so I'm not thinking about, you know, all this other stuff that's going on.
Couldn't help but notice you look lean this week. I mean, can you tell us about where your weight cut is and how that compares to other camps that you've had?
I went absolutely perfect. I feel great. My weight is low. I did this profile diet where it's basically I step on a scale every morning. It tells me how much I weigh and my blood pressure, my heart rate, and then it gets like through Wi-Fi. It goes to like all these nutritionists. Aaron Simpson's one of them. Jamal Hammond, my strength coach. And based off my weight and my heart rate, blood pressure, they can tell if I'm overtraining, undertraining. They can tell me what I can eat that day. So it was really my first like professional camp, you know, and definitely helped a lot. My weight is perfect. And we got some cool new things to eat when I'm cutting weight, so it's not as boring. I'm feeling great, and my weight's perfect. So I can't tell. Secret. We're gonna have to write a book or something.
You've been working a lot with Danaher for this, with the jiu-jitsu. Excuse me, couldn't get that out. And you know, typically I've seen you work a lot with Renzo. So I was just curious, what went into that decision to bring him into the camp, or has he worked with you all along?
To be honest, most of my camps I kind of just. I would go to Matt Serra's maybe once a week and then train with their guys. And then a lot of times, most of the time, I just call like the best black belts from around, have them come to Longo's, and we just train. You know, and that's honestly how I got good at jiu-jitsu. I just have the best guys around coming. Because Ray doesn't really care who comes to his gym, even if they don't pay. So it's bad for him, good for me, and good for him too. But
you train a lot of champions in GSP and Frankie. How does that help you prepare mentally?
What'd you say?
The coach, Danaher, he trains a lot.
Oh.
GSP.
No, he has a lot. He brings a lot of professionalism to the camp, which I was probably lacking more than anything. I would usually just wake up, call people, and just work as hard as I can, you know. And but this was like scheduled. Everything was scheduled, and you know, it was more professional. I think he does a lot of that for GSP, who's probably known as the most professional guy in the sport. So it definitely helped a lot.
As a finisher, what do you think about the idea that fight night bonuses might go away?
I don't like that. Don't do that, Dana. Yeah, I read that. I'm like, oh no. Hope no one gets excited about that.
Chris, I'm doing a story about.
Thank you.
I'm doing a story about the rise of UFC and coming from Australia. Such a big deal. Tell me your personal feelings about like how big this sport is getting and how much attention you're getting, and here you are fighting one of the most famous fighters in the world.
I mean, it's huge, man. I'm up in Times Square right now. I mean, I don't think it gets any bigger, and it's only going to get bigger. I mean, it's still not legal in New York, which is once that happens, it's just going to start exploding, and it's huge. And I think it's getting bigger and bigger. Yeah.
I've also been hanging with some kids this week who do pancreation. It's just been banned in California. Do you think little kids as young as 5 or 6 should be learning pancreation and competing in pancreation?
I guess so, yeah, as long as they have it safe. It's all about safety. I don't think they should be getting pounded in the head every 2 seconds, but other than that, I think it's good. Yeah, 100%.
Good luck.
Yeah. All right, thanks, bud. Appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, what's up? Thank you. How you doing? Thanks for meeting me.